You're listening to the Hockey Podcast Network. New shows every day. Find us at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com or wherever you get your podcasts from.
And I don't know what we're going to get tomorrow. I don't know if we're just going to get slaughtered by hungry Tampa. What if we shock the world and win a game? I don't know what's going to happen, man.
Well, you bring up slaughtered, and let's do this because this has to be where we begin the conversation for our preview for the Tampa Bay Lightning game. Of course, our home opener, Thursday, 7:30. I should say October 14th, not Thursday. So what I wanted to show you guys was because I just wanted to do the comparison of, with some asterisks here, what Jay Fresh's War roster builder, just to show the vastness of difference between the Red Wings projection and the Tampa Bay Lightning projection. And we'll get into more, we'll get into less analytics and, what's the story? What's the narrative behind tomorrow's game? But, or I should say, maybe tonight's game, if you're listening on the podcast. But, the asterisks that come along with this, we're looking at Jay Fresh's War roster builder, projected to have 70 points. That, of course, comes equipped with a, 0 from Lucas Raymond. Carter Rowney's another guy that I think might not even be on the roster here. We have a 0 from Moritz Seider. So the 70-point projection here it's very important. We go over the asterisks. But even with that, when Verano was in this lineup, it was 78 points. And if we want to say Moritz Seider is the best defenseman in the league, which we're not saying that, but even if we played that game, you're probably only adding 5 points. So that puts us at like 85 points, right? So I'm going to get this all set up here in a second so we can see Tampa Bay. But I'm only bringing this up just to show that vastness of how scary it could be because Tampa Bay is at 111 projected points. Oh, so even if we gave all those bonus points to Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider, it's still pretty far. And to go over this roster, I mean, you're talking about Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov. We saw last night. I mean, Ross Colton, I thought was fine. I mean, but I think the bottom six for Tampa Bay is easily the best. I'll say one of. I don't want to get in trouble here. The best, one of the best bottom sixes the NHL has to offer. You can see the way it's measured here too, from a 5-on-5 perspective with what we have going on YouTube.
Can we also say arguably the best top three in hockey?
Yeah, I'm just rounding off this conversation because, I mean, you're clearly talking about potential Hart winners, and I'm including Braden Point in that conversation, but Point and Nikita Kucherov, potential Hart winners every year. But, when you look at that Red Wings roster, like it really dips down fast. We have a solid first line when Jay Fresh's roster builder is working properly. We actually ended up, if you remember, scoring out in the top 5 in the league for first lines. But like I said, we bottom out pretty hard. And we're talking about those third and fourth lines were ranked, at the bottom of the league. So now we look at what Tampa Bay has to offer. Not only are we going to be outplayed on the first line and the second line, but we get crushed on the third and fourth line.
I got
an analytics perspective, but
from an analytics,
it's worth
on
mentioning.
Paper, man, Tampa Bay is the Avengers. All right, and I would say
real quick, hey, Brennan.
Red Wings are probably Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, and let's not forget that Infinity War they did get the best of the Avengers for just a moment there. Like, dude, don't call us plucky. All right, somebody's got to come in sixth in this Atlantic Division. I don't know. That's the end of that analogy, man. It looks pretty bleak for us, but somehow, by God, we end up winning a couple games this season.
Did you want more?
I don't know if this is going to be it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. They're going to be pissed. They got embarrassed.
Right, that's what I want.
They're looking to prove that, yeah, I know we traded basically our whole third line, but we're still going to be fine. And watch us embarrass the Red Wings.
Right, and
their
how
parking app that doesn't work.
And I think those are the two narratives to discuss. Their parking app works. You just don't go to the Parkways. The narrative's right to dissect here, and you just pick which one you think is more accurate. Is Tampa Bay going to be furious that their banner raising was ruined, or Mike, after 2 Stanley Cup runs, are they gassed? Is this that year that maybe they start off not so hot? Maybe they pick it up at the end of the year, and they still squeak into the playoffs and probably have a good playoff run, but is it possible, Mike, that this team is gassed?
I think it's more likely that every game against Tampa is that team's Stanley Cup. And Tampa's got to wake up and be like, I guess we'll show a modicum of effort tonight. So
yeah, that's my word.
Yeah, I don't think that Tampa's, I don't think they're gassed. I think they, are facing every team's big, largest, most sustained 60-minute effort. And I mean, I feel like the Red Wings are going to be giddy to, have a good performance. Lucas Raymond is going to be champing at the bit to, prove himself. I don't think it's going to be a game where we get shut out. I think there's going to be, some goal scoring by the Red Wings. I still think it would be a responsible bet if you were putting money down, probably, 6-3 Tampa Bay.
I'd at least say this if we're going to talk betting, I'd go if you need to put money down on the Red Wings, don't go for the win, go for that puck line, give yourself the 1.5 goals, because I think there's potential for this being the opening night, Lucas Raymond being excited, Seider being excited, and there is potential for them being gassed. But I'll do this. My argument for that. Tampa Bay is going to be, at the end of the season, one of your strongest 5-on-5 teams, and they struggled last night to get shots on. They struggled last night to get chances against a depleted Pittsburgh Penguins team. So that will turn around. They have, to talk about the 2 guys I think that could challenge for the Hart, and to bring up Braden Point and Kucherov again, that's going to turn around. From the perspective of them looking bad last night, Vasilevsky was only a minus 0.34 goals above expected. So basically you're looking at that expected goals number. How many goals did he actually allow? And it was only a minus 0.34. So even Vasilevsky, I mean, that's not even, I want to bring that up. It's not statistically significant to say there's a problem, but it's significant in the idea that we talk about it and mention that Vasilevsky's fine too. So none of these really pointed to, in my mind, they didn't really point to, what do I want to say, a team that's gassed. It just felt like puck bounces weren't going their way, because they still got a good amount of Corsi for, I guess, for their team. So they're throwing the puck at the net. They just weren't getting the shots or getting the right chances on net. So I would make the argument things could turn around fast for them.
Yeah. Do you? Quick question, man. Do you know? Did they announced? Is it Greiss that we're going to see tomorrow?
It's funny. They haven't. I guessed that it was going to be Greiss, and then I had a graphic put together too, and I was like, fuck it, I'll be wrong, and I don't want that up there. But my guess would be Greiss, kind of for the same reasons we were already talking about Sam Gagner and Nemestikov being in the lineup. I think Greiss is right now the safety net. That's the guy we know. That's the guy who had the nice ending to the second half. And for all intents and purposes of talking about preseason mattering, Ned didn't play out of his mind fantastic. So I think it would be fine to assume that Greiss is going to start tomorrow. But I'm fully prepared to be as wrong as could be.
Yeah, you remember last season when Greiss started getting a little bit more consistency, like going start to start.
Yeah.
That his numbers got a lot better. So maybe they want to try and get him off on the right foot this season. And Nedeljkovic, maybe we're just going to be doing a smaller sample size for him. I don't know if they're going to be 50-50. Maybe it'll end up being 60-40, or maybe even more than that. Kind of leaning towards Greiss, but obviously performance is going to be there. And like you said, kind of the devil they know. So maybe they want to do a little control experiment and see what the team looks like with the Greiss goalie that they know, with Seider and Letty playing in front of them. But yeah, It's probably going to be Greiss, and I'm bummed only because I want to, we want to see all the shiny new toys on night one. But, we'll be staring at Seider all night anyway, and we won't even pay attention to who's in goal.
Quick shout out. Eric's here. What's up, my man? Tristan just got here. What's going on, Tristan? So, Mike, real quick, I think we'll sum this up for the Tampa Bay Lightning game. My pick, and I'm sorry to say, because it is opening night, Mike, we're going to be hanging out with the Red Wings fans at the game. I am picking Tampa 5-3. So that thing I told you about doing the puck line, that goes against that. So don't you take Tampa on the puck line if it goes 5-3. That's where I'm going, 5-3. And it's not. I don't think it's going to look ugly. I think it's going to be an empty netter at the end. I think it's just going to be something where the Red Wings are going to play. The strategy, I think, is going to be different compared to last year. I think they're really going to let these guys go, and I think we're probably sniffing a power play goal. There's going to be some power play goals from Tampa, though. I still don't have a ton of confidence in our penalty kill, and that'll probably be it. We won't be able to keep up, and empty at the end, it'll be close.
I'm going to predict that nobody remembers the score of this game, but they are going to remember if Seider takes out Kucherov on a big check.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
I think people are going to be I'm going to count myself in that and speak for a lot of people. I think we're going to be a lot more excited to see Seider against some of the most dazzling offensive talent that the NHL has, just to see what kind of mustard he puts on a few hits and see if he can have a few moments where he can go, kind of look into the future and with a little more development, clean up some rookie mistakes. My God, this guy's a real prospect. So that's what I'm looking forward to.